Welcome back, everyone, to my 2023 Metroid Dread 100%, no major glitches tutorial for 100%. I think I said that. Last time we went over Artaria, we went over both the Corpius first as well as Charge Beam first routing. Tonight we're hitting Cataris. Should be a relatively shorter tutorial kind of like set in. Cataris as a section itself is not very long. And it's pretty straightforward. Atom skip is in Cataris, and there's a couple of other tricks that you can do in Cataris, but again, for the most part, it is pretty straightforward. So I am right here, right at the end of Artaria. This is where the D-boost is, right up here, right here. As you would enter the thing, what I like doing is just opening this gate, or this door. You don't need to open this door, and you don't even go through this door until cleanup, but it's so nice to have it open, just in case anything goes wrong during cleanup. With that being said, after you hit here, go ahead and, from Artaria, head to Cataris. Okay. So you're in Cataris now. Upon exiting the elevator, you'll notice there are two entrances you can go. You don't go through this door yet, though. This door is just kind of there to trick you. You want to go left, and the way you do this is as soon as you gain control of Samus from the elevator, you want to start immediately holding left, holding down, and like shot, like, you know, like shot. Right here, because this thing is going through the ceiling like this, you want to be, after this second one, you want to be holding down like this, so that you can go over this thing and you won't bonk it. If you're not holding down like this, you will bonk, believe it or not. So like, see, you'll bonk. So just go back to the last checkpoint and I'll load that. Oh, I just mean something like, Caleb, to answer your question, I just mean something like, I've had instances where sometimes during cleanup, my shot doesn't land and it doesn't open the door. So if it's already open, I don't have to take time opening it because it's a charge door. But moving forward right here, oops, right there, and right here you spin fall down. Spin falling down immediately like that, just without touching anything, you'll always land right here. If your stick is completely neutral, you won't have to worry about anything. You will always land right there. Well, hold on, actually. And then from there, normally you would ignore that ply, but from right here, you run through the fire and do another spin fall. Another spin fall, a melee, and then through that door. It's one of those things where I can like try and explain it again. It has a lot of moving parts to it, especially because of its your damage boosting off of certain enemies to get down there as quickly as you possibly can. It's a pretty technical section, even though it's only like 10 seconds, to be totally honest. Because again, spin fall right here, spin fall, spin fall, spin fall, then like a melee. So it's pretty technical, but it's not difficult. Yeah, it is pretty heavy on tank and damage as well. So that's why on rookie mode this is pretty simple to do. Normal mode you'll be taking a few more damage. On hard and dread mode, you obviously can't do that, but on hard mode, it's very difficult. So, kind of something like that. Eventually, you'll come down to your fourth and final Atom Room of the run. This run does use Atom Skip. I did consider. So you just text mash through Atom. I did consider going over Atom Skip routing and what you're doing with that, and then if you don't want to be doing Atom Skip. However, this category is so long that Atom Skip is kind of required to get a really, really good time, especially if you want to get a time under 2 hours. Atom skip's pretty required because it's close to like a 5-minute save alone in 100%. So this is the fourth and final atom room of the run. After atom skip, every other navigation room that you come in like this will be skipped. So moving forward from here, another little technical aspect right here. You shoot the door, and then you're going to be aiming kind of down right there at apply. So you're going to be kill, spin, fall, and then right here, you kind of like missile aim up slightly as you're sliding down. Remember, you want to do a slide as not like right here, but at the very end of the platform. Because again, you're not sliding for longer, it's going to be a little quicker. So just like that. So again, the full thing is down like this, spin fall like that. So again, from right here, and then right here as the door is opening, you want to go and then this is a momentum thing. I haven't really talked about momentum a lot so far. But momentum, just like in Super Metroid, momentum does play a small part in this game. If Samus is already moving like this, she's going to be moving faster than if I were to stop moving at all and then just start going. So as opposed to right here, as this thermal pad is opening, waiting for it, and then going through the door like so, you want to keep momentum moving, you want to slide off and then come around right here for when the door starts activating, run back, and then start running while holding down like this. Because as the door is opening up, you'll just barely pass your head over it, and you'll go through the door. Pretty simple thing. I didn't really go over movement or momentum a lot until now, but just like in Super, it doesn't nearly play as big of a role as it does in Super, but momentum does exist in this game. So, with that being said, just, well, that's not supposed to happen, but from right here, pretend there's a thing right there. You just kind of, right up here, ledge grab, and then just kind of go through the door. This thing, if you're too slow getting up there, or if you kind of like do that, it won't hit you. You'll know that you got up this room correctly, like this, if as you're coming through the room right here and activating this thermal pad, you take damage from that ceiling thing that hits you. And this is also a checkpoint for an upcoming Hell Run that is coming up. So, with that being said, are there any questions thus far? I don't expect there to be, but you never know. Because so far it's pretty straightforward as regarding just, you know, movement. But I want to make sure that there's nothing that people might be sitting on. So from here, and again, this is a checkpoint. The game will, no matter what, drop a checkpoint here. So you want to open the door, and then what I like doing is you can just kind of like slide off right here and then do that. What I like doing just to, because I've had situations in the past where I've like slid like this, and even though I'm holding down like this, the shot sometimes like won't connect like that. So what I like doing is kind of like in the original fall before the counter tutorial, rather than going all the way like that, I'll kind of like come back a little bit and then slide to break the block. Either way is fine. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of a personal preference. Because what I do afterwards is what matters with this. You can slide and then kick and then land up and aim at this blob. That is actually slower, as opposed to if you were to slide off and then do a full jump onto this ledge, like that. Doesn't seem like it would be slower just like that, but it is. So that's what you're gonna want to do. So again, just from this room, from this thermal platform room, just like that. And the way that I get this jump is out of my spin, I kind of do a wiggle like that on my control stick. I kind of do a wiggle to make sure that I get the jump. And then as I'm coming out of the ledge grab right here, as I'm coming out of the jump, I am holding L and aiming up right here so that I can go right into the shot. So putting that all together from right here, you'd open the door just like that. And then coming up right here, I just throw a missile at this, open the door, but then I'm holding a charge beam. Here, let me get rid of these guys. I'm holding a charge. I'm holding a charge. That's the important thing to take away from this. I'm holding a charge because I'm about to do super boost. And again, I went over super boost in my general movement tutorial, so if you want to know more of the nuances of how to set that up, feel free to check that tutorial out. But we're about to do super boost, so with this in mind, as soon as you get up here, you can either use a quick charge shot to take out the ply right here. I personally like using a missile, and then my shot upon opening the door is when I'll press and hold Y for the charge. So, super boost again, just multiple different ways that you could do that. That's the one that I prefer. Okay, and then from right here, you're going to come to a lawn platform right like this. There are plies right here. There's like robots right here. Movement actually right here matters. Right up here is going to be a hell run. I am comfortable doing this with as little as 50 health, but ideally you want to have about 70 health in order to get through the hell run efficiently. Don't feel like you have to do this hell run though until you are seeing like, oh, maybe I need to save this, maybe I need to do this. This hell run done optimally is a 3-second save. So yes, it's awesome, 3 seconds, sign me up. But if you're having trouble going for it, it's not super required, you know? So keeping that in mind, you just kind of like shooting the ply right here, the little snail thing right here, and then there is a way to get up here effectively so that you're not bonking on the slope right here. If you land too high and try to do this, you'll land up right here, where you'll have to climb up like this, and then aim a shot at the ply that has already noticed you, so it's already going into an attack. Or you could do it the optimal way, which is to climb up right here, and be at the very bottom of this magnet, jump and hold right. That's it. Jump, hold right, and then land on the magnet. Doesn't have to be a full jump, but it helps if it is. Actually, yeah, you should probably just do a full jump right here. It's not that hard. And then you press and hold. You can just release your shot. What I prefer doing is holding my L button to like aim the shot to guarantee that I take the ply out right here. That's why a lot of the times you'll see the red aim from the true aim come out. But yeah, right here is not that difficult. But it's the important things to keep in mind. You have to land at the bottom of this magnet, do a full jump, and then just like lean back on left so that you can hold left on your stick, I mean, so that you can grab that magnet. And then you'll completely bypass the slope right here, and you won't have to do any awkward climbing. Or even worse, you'll bonk and you won't even land on it like that, and you'll just kind of go back like that. Which, trust me, is one of the worst feelings in the game. So, after that, you just ride this magnet up. Right here, this is a good place if you are low on health. There's 2 remaining plies right here. Feel free to counter one of them for health, because again, it's rookie mode. Rookie mode, you're getting more, but like health from drops, but it helps on every mode. But because it's rookie mode, quote unquote, you're getting more health from those drops. So if you feel like you need the health, take a counter on one of these plies. Otherwise, you can just kind of get rid of them like this. Something that you can also do right here is open that door early, right now. This is also a door that you won't see until Cataris cleanup. But we open it now because it's a charge beam door, one. And basically any charge beam door, it's just faster to open beforehand as opposed to opening now or when you get there, because it's just faster. But you can open this door even though it's not a thing until you get to Cataris. But the other big thing is when you get to right here, this third one, when there's only these 3 lines left from the magnet, when you get to this third one, you can get off, press B to get off of the magnet and hold right, and you'll land on this ledge. That way you're saving a couple of frames from it moving slightly more all the way. So just something to keep in mind. So you're going all the way up. Take out the plies, hold a charge shot, open the door, just like that. Not difficult. The difficult thing, though, is this Hell Run that's coming up. So I'm going to get rid of these 2 things so I can explain this. Once you are landing right here, you're already mentally prepped that you're about to do a Hell Run. Again, if you don't do this Hell Run, what you would do is open this blob and you would go underneath. But doing this Hell Run is a 3-second save. So once you land right here, you're already aiming up and to the left right here to open this door. Just like that. And then you land on top of the platform right here, and you start the Hell Run. This is also the same angle right here. It's about a, I think it's a 15 that you want to be holding as well for the first room of the Hell Run. Something to keep in mind is that if you aren't moving quick enough, the thing that's right here that's coming down, this brown little like thing with the tentacles, will fly down, will hit you, and now you're out some health, which makes the Hell Run close to impossible to do. So just keep in mind when you are moving like here to not get stuck like right there, or to go too far and then get hit, because if you take damage, you might as well just go underneath, because again, it just makes the Hell Run significantly more difficult and again borderline impossible, as opposed to just, oh, I took damage, whatever, I'll just take the time loss. So with that being said, you open the door, land, and it's like that. I know that looks very intimidating. It is. The best thing that I can do to explain that is just honestly just practice it. I can't really go in here for long because I take ramp and heat damage. I can try and go over it a couple of times by just resetting it. Okay, so from right here, you're wanting to be holding that same angle that you were using, because you want to be hidden through this door. If you don't hit through the door, it's okay to just run up to the end of it and just do this. But if you have to do that more than 3 times, you're probably not going to make it through the door. At that point, you're still in the first room, so it's still fine to come out and leave, abandon the Hell Run, and go through here with minimal time loss. But you're wanting to be landing at about that angle so that you can get through this blob that's over here as fast as possible. From there, you want to land down right here, melee across that, come up here, slide, and then, again, I'll get back there really quick. You melee across, slide off, land on this one, do another full jump right here, and then just start hitting that blob as fast as possible. It's 3 shots, I think, to get through. It's either 3 or 4 shots to get through it. This will take practice. It will take a lot of practice. And unfortunately, if you fail it, this is the closest to checkpoint. So again, you're shooting, melee, jump up, slide. You should be getting through here with a. If you don't get it in one go, eventually your movement will get good enough where you can regularly get here in about 73 health and up. It's fine if it's a little lower, but it's about normal right here. After this, once you get through the door, you will, right here, wall kick, and then go into the Emmi zone. After right here, so yeah, you kick, you come up, enter this Emmi door. This is another, again, anytime you enter through an Emmi door, it's going to be a checkpoint. You come through here, you can wait like a second, and then just press start select. There is a cutscene that happens right there. This one's not as bad as, like the one in Artaria. Oops. The one in Artaria where... right here, when you hit the first network station. This one's not bad where you have to get good at timing it right here. This one, you can literally just wait like a second, press start select, and it'll skip the cutscene. After that, press and hold a charge beam shot, because you're going to need to go through a charge beam door. And then when you're coming through this door, the Emmi is going to be in a couple of different places. Some of them are really good instances of RNG, and some of them, excuse my language, are piss poor. They are very bad sometimes. Some of them are very low percentage chat. Some of them are low percentage chance, there we go. But some are higher percentages than others. I said start select, but I meant plus minus. Not simultaneously, you press plus and then you press minus. Press in plus on a cutscene will give you the option to skip it, and then press in minus will skip the cutscene. Cutscene just shows you what the cloak is like against the Emmis. Yes, exactly, Caleb. This cutscene is just showing you, for instance, it's showing you that you can use the Phantom Cloak to bypass the Emmis. Yes, this tutorial is being recorded. So as you're coming in through here, again, you want to keep in mind what Emmi pattern you're going to get. And again, really, the most consistent way to show it off is to just run the game and know it, because you can't really know what pattern you're going to get on this Emmi until you go through this door. And the reason that I'm kind of like sitting on this for a bit is because I really want to stress how important it is, because your strategy for this room changes depending on where the Emmi is. It'll either be at the top right here, it'll be going through a tunnel right here, it's possible it'll be underneath here, it's possible it'll be on the ceiling right here, it's also possible where it'll be going through the door as you're entering it, so a jump will be required. That's one of the lower percentage spawns, but I've had it happen to me a few times in a row over the course of me running this game. So again, the strategy for this room is entirely dependent on where the Emmi is when you enter it. So we'll go through it right now. So the Emmi's right here. This is the best possible spawn for this Emmi. Again, it can also be up here, can also be sitting right here, can also be on the ceiling right here, or it can be like getting ready to come through the door. This is the best possible spawn for this Emmi. It's 100% RNG, yes. All of the Emmi spawns in the game they have like fixed parts or fixed spawn points of where they can spawn, but determining which spawn point they are going to spawn at is RNG. But when it's right here, when the Emmi is in this zone, all you need to do from right here, you slide down, slide and hold neutral, and then do a full jump up to this platform like this. At that point, the Emmi will notice you. So what you can do if you're low on health from the Hell Run, you can like blow up the little robot here with a missile. But from right here, you're wanting to slide. Start holding a charge shot, because there's another charge door coming right here. fire it about right here, do a coyote jump, and you can, as this door is opening, if you fired the shot correctly, you can just waltz right through. The door will be open. And then right here is more... what did I call them? Climbing. I forgot the term that I used, but it's the stuff that we worked on, like grabbing ledges, basically, from Climb in Artaria, before going through this Emmi door. So I'm gonna go through that section again, try and get a different Emmi spawn, but that's gonna be the gist of that room. So again, okay, that's another one. Same thing. Notice how my ledge grabbing is very, very precise. And it's like everything that I'm doing is deliberate to the point where I'm moving, like unironically, I'm moving with a purpose. So you want it to be, everything is deliberate. Like if you accidentally do a wall kick, not only is that haha, you just lost some time, but it's more of a chance that the Emmi will catch up to you, you know? So this is the worst spawn that the Emmi has. See, it's right there this time. But you're still moving fast enough, ideally, where you're able to get away from it. That one I jumped a little bit too late. That's another really good spawn because its range is being blocked, so it's not necessarily seeing you the entire way. Just like that. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you are enjoying the tutorial. We go again. Again, just demonstrating the different RNG patterns. See, this is that's the by far the worst one. And again, if that happens, basically your run is dead. With the rat right there, I was a little bit too slow. There is a chance you can jump over the Emmi right there, but again, I was moving too slow. That can also happen. So that's why you want to make sure you have a full jump when you do that. And you're also holding to the right so that you can grab the ledge. Everything after that room is exactly the same. It's just strategy is going to differ depending on where the Emmi is in that first room. So this will be the last time that I do it, unless I get a crazy pattern. Yeah, this room is always the same strategy, but everything changes depending on where the Emmi is in that first room. So after that, come in and you enter this thermal pad and just activate it. Are there any questions? I know that seems like a lot of information at all at once, but again, it's pretty imperative. Because again, depending on where the Emmi is in this room, everything changes. Again, it can be on the floor right here, it can be right here, it can be midway through the tunnel. We saw it could be right here, it can be on the ceiling right here, it can be on this platform as well, coming up here, which is by far, it's the lowest percent chance, but it is a very poor spawn. But it is possible that it is on this platform and that it's coming through this door. So it's just something that you're going to have to deal with. But other than this one, it can also be coming up from right here, where it is possible to just do a jump over it and continue on your way. But again, this is a very important room in Cataris. even coming from right here, entering the Hell Run, you should be mentally prepping yourself for what you're going to be doing once you get to this room. And like, where's the Emmi going to be? Okay, here's the strategy because the Emmi's right here. You know what I mean? So again, huge important room right here. But everything after it, once you get out of the room right here, is exactly the same, leading up to this thermal pad. And yes, the shutter door does help if it is chasing you. The shutter door right here, the shutter right here, if it is chasing you, obviously it can't get through the shutter, so it'll have to go up right here. But by that point, you'll already be right here, ready to go. So after this, you don't go through this door. You go back through the Emmi zone. Right here, these are more spinfalls. You have to do these spinfalls perfectly because no matter what you do right here, there is, well, not no matter what, but there is a very high likelihood that no matter what you do right here with these, leaving this room, the Emmi is going to be sitting right here. Right here. So if you fall down these, if you spinfall down these perfectly, do another coyote jump here, you're going to be able to slide off of this platform as this thermal door is opening so you can leave the Emmi zone. And as you are around sliding off right here, the Emmi will stop what it's doing, it will hear you, and it will stop moving to wonder, where's the sound that I just heard? Because anytime the Emmi hears a sound that you're making, it stops very briefly to go, what was that? I'm now in pursuit mode. I'm not just surveying. What just happened? Where did it come from? And that's kind of what we take advantage of right here when we slide off because it's right here. That's going to happen like 90% of the time. The Emmi is going to be right there. If you're moving perfectly, you'll never get caught, and you should be able to get through this trap door out of the Emmi zone no matter what. The other possibility is that the Emmi is, as you come out of this door, the Emmi is right here, in which case everything that I just said goes out the window because the Emmi's not right there, so you're able to just do the same movements, but without having to worry about potentially tripping up or anything. So I'll go ahead and show it off right now. So spinfall, spinfall, just like that. You'll notice that the Emmi paused for a little bit because it was moving. It paused and it was like, where's that noise that I just saw? If you go through here and you mess up a spinfall, you're going to have to cloak yourself as it's coming up, and it will always come after you, but go up, where you can then uncloak yourself as soon as it comes up, so that you can, you know, move fast and then get through the door. That's worst case scenario, honestly. Of course, other than actually getting grabbed, that's worst case scenario where you didn't fall quick enough down here and just your movement wasn't that great, in which case all you have to do is, you know, just practice your spinfalls. But that's what's going to happen if you're not quick enough. The Emmi will catch you, and unfortunately you just have to take that time loss. But at that point, the Emmi is no longer in the picture. So again, I'll do it one more time just to like show it off, and then I will move on from there. And then right here, the Emmi's coming from right there. It just went through this door, so you don't have to worry about a thing. The door will open and you can head out. I want to do it one more time though, because I want to show one more time when the Emmi is just right underneath you. Okay, see, that's another one where it's just kind of doing its thing. Been lurking for a minute. I appreciate the lurk. If you have any questions, Jacoby, please let me know. See right there? This basically, no matter what, as you're coming through this door, you want to be moving correctly no matter what, but as you're coming through this door, keep an eye out right here. If you see the red Emmi dot, again, you don't have to worry about it, but if you do, that means it's going to be down here where you're like, okay, now I have to do this, you know? everything in this run, it's like a giant chess game. You have to be thinking like 2 or 3 steps ahead. Okay, so this didn't do this correctly, so that means this is gonna. I have to do this now. Oh, the Emmi's here. Okay, so that means I can do this now. Oh, the Emmi was right here, so that means I have to do this. You know what I mean? Like it's a really, you have to be thinking ahead, and a lot of speedruns are like that, but especially this one. Oh, I did this, so that means in 2 rooms I have to do this. You know what I mean? So it's very, very much like that. So again, as you're coming down here, just be looking right here if the Emmi's right there or not. Otherwise, it's it's going to be there. How did I get so good? A lot of practice. But yeah. So I'll do it one more time, and then we'll move on from there. Sorry, it's pretty hot. The Emmi beeping would help as well, yes. So right here, the Emmi stops, but you're already out the door. So you just came through this door. There is a trick that you can do right here. However, this is another charge door, like that. So, as you're coming through here, about right here, you want to start holding a charge shot, so that when you get up here, you can open this door like that. This is not a required trick, not by any means. It is a time save, but it is a very difficult trick. This is called Hell Pseudo, and the reason that it's called Hell Pseudo is because normally you would go up, jump over this thing, kill these plies, do a slide right here, and you'd right here, as you're coming through here, excuse me, as you're coming through here, you'd be holding a charge shot so that you can hit this and then slide back, and this is now active. It's called Hell Pseudo because you come in from right here and you do a pseudo wave to activate this shot. But you basically only have like 3 shots to do it, I believe, before you are losing time, and it evens out with going around like this. The way that I get this set up is the door is open, and I hold aim, and I hold right here, and I'm aiming right here. This is the exact same angle for the pseudo as early corp. So I'm right here, I'm aiming, I'm holding right here. Again, it's pretty difficult, and you can only try it like 3, maybe 4 times before you are evening out with going around. The challenging thing about it, though, on top of the losing time every time you fail it, and is the fact that you are doing it in a heated room. So that's why it's called Hell Pseudo. Like, it's hell, you're doing it from underneath, but it's hot, you know? So this trick saves about 8 seconds done first try. Each subsequent attempt loses the 7 to 8 seconds you would take from going around, plus another second for each failed attempt. So Hell Pseudo is not typically done very often. I personally only do it if I'm like feeling really good about my practice with it that day. But it is just something that you can do in Cataris to save, again, done optimally, blah, 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 blah. So again, you're holding about right there, you go in. Like right there, if I try that in a run, I would just say screw it and I would move on. That's Hell Pseudo. It's, again, done first try optimally. It's about a 7 to 8 second save, where you can then move on, take care of this thing, and you don't even have to come down here. Because otherwise you would do that. You would hold a shot, shoot it, and then immediately press right, and then slide out of there. Done optimally, the cutscene will go off, but so will your slide. You're kind of buffering the slide. So the cutscene will go off. That upstairs, I guess for lack of a better term, is now moving, but you're on this side of the room, and it's just a little bit of time as opposed to like sliding in like that, because then you just need to, you're just on that side already. But again, that's optimally. So what I normally do is I just skip it, because again, I only do this trick if I'm. Oh, there's a cutscene right there. What I normally do from right here, or a checkpoint, is come up here and open this door anyway, even if I'm not doing it, because having the door open, again, since it's a charge beam door, you go through this door during Cataris cleanup, and it's just helpful to have open during cleanup, because otherwise, again, you have to wait for a charge shot and open it. And granted, it's the end of the game at that point, so you're not waiting too long, but it is still nice to have open, even if you're not going for Hell Pseudo. But if you're not going for Hell Pseudo, again, you jump over that, slide, and do that. Yeah, this robot under here, this doesn't help much either. Neither does the slope right here. The slope right here is one of the most difficult things about this trick. In addition to the heat, in addition to the robot, this slope is why this trick is difficult. It's just really hard to find that right angle. Even though it's the same angle as early Corpse Pseudo, it's just, the slope makes it a lot harder for, to find the right angle. So, if you go this route, you come up here, open the door, hold a charge shot, and take out this thing like this. It will give you a counter sequence, but you don't want to take that counter sequence because you're losing frames every time Samus goes into a counter animation like that. So it's just faster, marginally, but faster to just hit it with a charge shot and then hit missiles at it, and then subsequently with this thing as well to take them out. It's also worth noting that these plies will only spawn if you activate this this thermal switch from this way. If you do Hell Pseudo and then come up here, only the robot will be there, but the magnet elevator will still be active. So these plies are only active if you come from the right here. So with that being said, you come in from here. You want to grab, you want to shoot the plies as quick as you can. Ideally, you want to take out 2 of these plies, and then you come up, and as you're coming up, you'll want to take the other one out. If you miss this elevator, you just have to wait for it to come down. There's no faster way to get up there, so it's kind of an embarrassing time loss, especially if you're on a good run. But it's, again, nothing too major. Right here, too, you want to be holding a charge shot. Oops. You want to be holding a charge shot after you take out the ply right here. Because right here, you want to jump right here, and then jump right here. You're not using the charge shot to kill that ply, though. You're using it to open this door. This is another charge door that is, again, just faster to open now, as opposed to once you're coming back from up there. So, from right here, you are holding left, you're holding Y, you're holding left, you come up, you fire the shot like that, and then you're on your way. It is possible that the ply will get in your way, but it'll still be faster to open this door now. Like, say that you do a spin jump, but it's too high, and the ply was already charging at you, so you no longer have your charge shot. Just charge another one and open it, and then keep going. It'll still be faster than going and then coming back to open this door. So in one solid motion, once you come back from right here, you want to like take out that ply, you're holding a charge shot, just like that. And that will, if you do it correctly, you're moving quick enough, this ply won't ever touch you. So, just like that. And then you come up through here, jump up on this platform, just do a quick mantle right here. And then as you're running up here, to step onto this thermal switch, you're aiming up, just like this. And the reason you're aiming up is because you're wanting that thermal door to open right now. You don't see this room again until you leave Cataris, but again, by opening it right now with a camera manipulation like this, you're saving that time. Think of the thermal doors opening to like charge doors. You want them opened now so that they don't take time to open later on. So once this door opens, at that point, the Samus's full weight will be on the switch, and the magma will be redirected. The thing with Cataris, it's not a long section. There's so much in Cataris, though, that is like technical stuff that maybe you not necessarily are thinking about, that a lot of runners are doing, that possibly just go over your head unless you know what you're looking for, or you also run the game, or something like that. Like, again, the whole this right here, to get this door opened, like, that might go over your head if you weren't in the know. You don't collect a single, well, you collect an energy tank, but you collect very few items in your first pass through Cataris. Everything else, though, in Cataris is movement, tricks, all of that stuff. So that's why this segment is not necessarily going to be, even though it's for a shorter section, I wanted to break it down in one give it its own, like, dedicated space, you know what I mean? So, moving on with my, like, chess analogy. Right here, the next big thing after this is Atom Skip. Which, again, in Hundo is akin to, like, anywhere between 3.5 and, like, 5 minutes of time save. So, Atom Skip is going to happen right through this Emmi door, but this is when you want to start thinking about it. So, as on your way out right here, you want to slide off of the very corner of this ledge, and then hold neutral, because if you aren't holding neutral, you'll bonk on this corner right here, and you'll trigger the sensor lock, and you'll have to wait for the sensor lock to deactivate before you can go through. You want to slide and activate your Phantom Cloak, do a spin fall right through here, and this will take you through to this door, where you can then go to Atom Skip. So just like this. Spin fall, spin fall, spin fall. This is also a really good save to practice Atom Skip. Then you jump up, this opens up. Right here you do a slide. Not a coyote, a slide and then fall. So you right here, slide and then go neutral and just tap B to fall, and then go through this door, excuse me. And this is where you'll do Atom Skip. Again, I was going to break this tutorial into Atom Skip versus non-Atom Skip, but I really do feel that if you are running 100%, you really should be doing Atom Skip, because you just save way too much time doing it. Also, by not doing Atom Skip, you really lose a lot of the speed keep abilities. For instance, there's a speed keep that you do later on your way to the ice missile that isn't possible without Atom Skip. It gets broken by a navigation room, where you then have to, after like 3 boxes of tech smash, and it's not even like a big thing, 3 boxes of tech smash, you have to then recharge your speed booster, and you can still do the keep, but it's just not the full thing. So, Atom Skip. How do you do Atom Skip, Fortify? I don't know what to do. Atom Skip is so weird. I don't know how I've done this. I've watched so many tutorials, and I can't seem to... I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This trick sucks. Just straight up, plain and simple, this trick sucks. It is required, unfortunately, and it's very imperative that you get good at it, but I'm not sugarcoating it. This trick sucks. To do this trick, there are a couple ways to do it, but by far the most consistent one is what we call Zas setup. Zas is the runner who found this setup. You want to run right into the middle, right to the end of this wall, and tap B to land at the bottom of this magnet. And again, I went over it in my general movement, but this is another one of these setups where I'm now holding my controller like this. My middle finger is on X, my index finger is on B. I am now holding my controller at this point like this. You have to do atom skip, you have to do what are called buffered wall jumps. So when you're doing a buffered wall jump, Samus there will be a little circle that indicates when you are fully jumping off of the wall, like that, as opposed to something like what's happening on the left wall. The buffered wall jumps are not necessarily happening on the left. They're happening on the right, but they're not happening on the left. You need 4 buffered wall jumps in a row in order to get this trick. So what you do, the first jump will be about right here, just like that. The next one is going to come right at your apex, so at about right here. But that's not the difficult part of this trick. So these 2 jumps are not the difficult part. What's difficult is what comes after the second jump. About right here, you want to do a melee, and then very quickly fall back like that. Very quickly fall back into a spin jump. So get good at when you're doing this melee, and then going back into a spin. Because you want to be doing your third buffered wall jump off the wall right here. Like, really no lower than that. It more often than not will not work if it is not perfectly like right there. And it takes a lot of practice. Like that was too low, so and like even I'm struggling with it right here, but it's a really difficult trick. So as soon as you do this third wall kick, buffered wall jump right here, you'll do one final from this wall jump right here. You'll do one final jump about right there, which will then propel you to the magnet right here, where you just grab the magnet. The most difficult part about this trick is not the buffered wall jumps, but the melee going back into the spin fall at the right angle, by far. Just like that. You'll notice that the jump was perfectly right there, where I was then able to get about right there to get fully onto the magnet. When you're practicing this trick, I would highly recommend that you take the save right here, like do your whole setup and everything, drop a save right here if you're going to be practicing this trick. That way, this is obviously the closest save to atom skip. To this day, I still have a file on atom skip practice because of how volatile this trick can go. You can have a perfect run up to this point and then not get atom skip, or it takes you a while to get atom skip. Boom, run is dead. So it's a very important trick to practice and to get down, because depending on how quickly you get it, you're either getting a really great time out of a Cataris, or you're possibly resetting a run. But yeah, are there any questions regarding atom skip? Because this is one of those things that can be definitely talked about for a while. Full videos from other community members, from other runners, have been made just about atom skip. This is a very difficult trick in the run. It sucks that it comes so early, but again, for hundo, it's pretty required. It completely depends. That is determined, Caleb, off of what your current PB is. So say that you have a really low 150 or you have a sub 150. You have like 3 tries before your run is dead. But if you're just getting it, or you have like a 7th, 8th try atom skip, that 7th, 8th try, you have 7 to 8 tries before it evens out with your PB. It's completely determinant on how many attempts, what your level's at, what your PB's at. So it just depends. There isn't really a number. For me personally, mine is 5. Because I know on some of my runs I have it first try. So if I have a first try atom skip and I get like a second or a third try and I get it, it's continuable. Fourth try sucks, it's still doable. Fifth try is really bad, but still potentially continuable. Anything after that, I reset and I just kind of keep going until I get it. I'll get it, kind of be like, darn, and then just reset. But for me personally, the number is 5, but it differs between a lot of runners. Like, some will only try this once. If they fail it, they'll reset. So it's just depends on a couple of different situations. But yeah, that's atom skip. So after this, Samus is now on the sledge. Come right here, slide off. And then right here, as she's sliding off, be holding a charge shot, because you want to, right here, grab this magnet, grab it again, and then you use the charge shot as like kind of a pseudo screw. You're grabbing a hold of this, you're buffering your Phantom Cloak on it. It's really easy like that. You are jumping on your Phantom Cloak. When you are with your Phantom Cloak, so for instance, jumping off like this, it's doable. You'll just have to, you know, do that. But when you activate your Phantom Cloak, Samus moves a lot slower. And that you're kind of taking advantage of that right here by activating it right before you land on it. Or on the slope, I mean. In addition to the moving slower and just being heavier, it's easier to jump off of the slope when you do a Phantom Cloak. From here, you can deactivate your Phantom Cloak, literally like do 1 and then just spin fall down. So that's after atom skip. So just like that. So I'm going to do that all in one motion just to show you what it looks like, but then I'm going to keep going. So you get to atom skip. You get it. You're holding a charge shot. Just like that. That entire like 5-minute, 10-minute explanation is just for that. So there you go. It's an important thing though, and it takes a lot of practice, a lot of nuance, a lot of like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna grind this. Oh my god, I finally got it. You know, like, it takes a while. It takes a while, but as soon as you're consistent at it, the game just opens up. Because again, I mentioned that when you drop down in or take the elevator up into Artaria, this is the 4th and final Atom Room. Now that you've done this trick, every navigation room moving forward in the game, because now that the natural sequence of atoms have been broken, you didn't go to an Atom Room that's over here, you will not have to talk to Atom for the rest of the game. That alone is massive. So, coming into this Emmi room, kind of just jump up here, right here, just like that. Take out this, slide, slide. Right here, there are plies that are right here. You can take that one out right here, then you can just kind of fall into the other one. And then right here is another pseudo wave, the angle right here. You can just come down like that. It's faster to do this pseudo though. The way to practice this pseudo, keep in mind what we talked about, originally for pseudo waves. You want to get really good at that canceling animation. You want to and shoot in. So hold in a charge shot like that. And then if you just angle down a little bit, the pseudo will happen. There's a jump that you can buffer into this after this pseudo as well. Not necessary at all. It's just kind of swaggy. And lands you right here. So after this, you just go just like that. Not necessary. Just cool if you get it. But from here, now that this switch is activated, you keep going. Around right here, you want to be holding another charge shot to open this door. Not to open this door, to slide through here and just kill this ply. You keep going and you slide. Right here, two different ways to do this. I'm going to show you the safer method first before the more optimal one. The safer method involves going through here, doing a spin fall, jumping over the Emmi like that. Shoot, I can't show you the other one anymore because I went through this door. You jump through over the Emmi like that. The optimal one, though, is from here, and it's not hard to do either. The optimal one, so you melee, and melee off of it like that. Pretty scary, I will not lie, and it takes a little bit of practice as well to get used to. It's difficult too because you have to melee off of the platform right here, about right in the middle of them. Well, actually no, about right here. So about right here, you want to melee off of the two platforms. Because the way that you want to melee down, you're spin falling down. It's not even, I wouldn't even call it an advanced spin fall, but you're spin falling down to the point where you are landing in a way that you can just like jump over it. So again, you are just like that. Yeah, it is a narrow gap, but it's going to be safer. It's going to be more optimal because again, you're moving faster while you're in the action of a one of these melee jumps. So right at the end of it, just like that. So there's the mistake that I was saying. So you don't, it's not at the right here, or it's not like right there. It's right at the end of this right here. And then you're coming through that. Again, that'll take some time to get used to, but it's going to be more faster, or it's going to be faster than jumping over the Emmi like that. So again, the biggest thing that I would recommend with that is practice, because again, it's a tight gap that you have, but worth doing for sure. So again, from right here, melee off the end. So it looks like the Emmi saw you as you were coming through it, but because, again, I mentioned before, the Emmi heard you prior. So it's moving, already in the even though it looks like it saw you, it's already in the process of moving. But it did see something go over its head, so even though it's in the process of moving, it'll move back. So it's just really weird nuance. It's weird to explain. And again, this is why I said Cataris is not hard at all, you know? It's quite short of a section. It's a single split in the run. Why am I going over it in one dedicated video of a tutorial? It's because it's this technical. Cataris has a lot going on that, again, goes completely over the head unless you know what you're looking for. Just something as simple as like meleeing off of this and then going a little about right here, and then turning back but staying neutral so that you can make it through here. Like it's all a bunch of technical stuff like that that makes Cataris like, well, technical. So are there any questions so far about that? Right here, moving on, there is a section right here. We call this reverse atom skip. The platforms are moving. There is a ply that is running around right here. There's a second ply that's running around right here. And then there's another one of these things that is grabbing right here. The way that I do this setup differs from... You can use a setup that works for you, you know, if it works, if you found a setup that works. But the way that I do this is I will jump down. I will melee down, I should say. Do I? No, I don't melee down. What do I do? Okay, I just jump down. I jump down and I'm holding neutral. So after I come through here, jump over the melee, I just slide down is what I do. So I slide down and then hold spin, hold a jump, but I spin fall down, I should say. And then I go neutral so I don't grab this magnet. And then I will, and it's hard to show this in an actual run, in like a tutorial setting that's not a run. But what I'll do is I'll take this out, wait for this to come, so I'll kill this, and then I'll, just like that. While this is in the air, so that when you enter this room, I'm sorry I'm not doing a good job of, as normal, explaining this, I'm just really tired right now. When you come down here, this should already be on its way up. So what I'll do is I'll kill the ply that's right here, and I'll be, once I kill the ply, I'll be holding a charge shot. So once it's up in the, up at its point, as it starts coming back down, wall kick, sorry, I really mistimed that. So as it's coming down, buffered wall jump, grab the platform, use your shot and a missile to take this thing out. Otherwise, it has the potential to hit you and hit you back down like this, which in that case, you'd have to wait for this thing to come down again, just like that. So buffered wall jump, ooh, oops, buffered, grab, buffer, grab, just like that. So that's why we call it reverse atom. Again, it's really hard to show that in a tutorial setting that's not the run, but that's the gist of it. And again, that's the setup that I do is I just kill this ply, and then we'll do, so kill and then buffer, grab it, like that. But you can find your own setup for it, whatever works for you. And then right here, when I come down, I just melee this thing out of the way so I don't take damage on it. You're not grabbing that at all or anything, but you just melee it out of the way and then come through this door. You want to be careful coming through this door because more often than not, the Emmi will be coming down from right underneath you. And there's not a lot of room right here. So you want to be careful not to go too far once you come through the door and fall off, because again, the Emmi is going to be right here more often than not. This is one of those set zones, just like underneath here, where it's more often than not going to be right here. This is another one of those spawns. So again, just be careful you don't move too far, and then you just slide off, and then you're home free. And that's the last that you see of the Emmi in this section before heading to Dairin. So now that you're on your way to Dairin, you just kind of backtrack a little bit. Then right here, oops, I didn't mean to, I was like, what's happening? Right here, there's a trick coming up right here where we get up there. I'm gonna kill this thing first. If you don't do this trick correctly, the thing that I just killed will like hit you off of the magnet. So in order to do this trick correctly, you want to, right on top of this home for these little slugs, jump up right here, and then grab this ledge. Excuse me, grab this ledge, and then look to your left, grab the magnet, look up, aim up, look up, and then just do a spin jump. Really that simple. And then you can open that charge door. If you don't go through that like that, and if you like stand right here to try to like shoot this door open or whatever, you can still do it, but you have a greater likelihood that the enemy that's normally right here will start hitting you, doing damage to you. Again, depending on your difficulty settings, like, can I take damage right here or not? So that's what you do. Then you go into this room, melee, slide, grab the magnet, grab this magnet to bring this door down. What I normally do afterwards too is I'll just hold down and then slide. Again, if you're moving with enough speed, this thing won't ever hit you. So just like that, slide down, just like that. You'll get to this point where you can just kind of do this. At this point right here, after this shot, and I'm coming right here, I'm holding a charge shot so that I can jump right there and then use the pseudo screw to just take this ply out. You come up here, grab this energy tank. This is the one and only item that you grab in Cataris. 4%, quite literally, the only item that you grab your first time in Cataris. This is also where you would have to wait for this door, but since you already opened it, you don't have to. More slide fall in. Right here, you slide, hold neutral, slide again, and then activate this. Redirect this. As this is starting, this is another one where you want to take a slight step and then hold left, just like the magma door here. You want to take a slight step and then start holding down so you can get through this. As soon as you're right here, I personally start holding a charge shot, and then I slide as I come through the door. If you don't, you'll just fall off. So you want to slide through right here. It's fine. It's weird. Slides that go through a door like this, it's fine to slide a little early and not at the very end. Right here. Like that. Oh my gosh. Like that. Because if you try to do it like that, it's a lot harder to do. So that's why it's like fine to just slide there, just to get through the slide. So just like that. But again, I mentioned I'm holding a charge shot. So I hold the charge, come through here, grab up right here, ignore these two plies. I use that charge shot to kill that ply, and I'm holding another one to take that out. Those will hit you. That one shouldn't hit you because you do a melee right here, or not a melee. You slide down right here. You want this one to hit you though, because you use it as a damage boost right there. So the damage boost will knock you right here, where you can then do a spin fall and just make your way to the elevator, or to the tram to head to Dyren. So I'm gonna do through that one more time. So from right here, just like that. And again, I've said it twice now, but there's only one item that you pick up your first go in Cataris. There is... It's a short section. Like, this split is only about 6 minutes long. If you have, like, perfect movement, perfect RNG, you get a first try Atom Skip, a first try Hell Pseudo. Potentially, you're even looking at sub 6 minutes of a split. So again, why am I doing an entire video just on Cataris? It's because of how technical Cataris is. So I hope that this broke down a lot of it, like from the moment that you step foot into Artaria, this fall, Super Boost, the Hell Run, Atom Skip, Hell Pseudo, like the spin falls here, meleeing through here, reverse Atom, like there's a lot in Cataris that again would go completely over your head just looking at a hundo run and them going through Cataris. So from here, you take the tram to Dyren, grab the wide beam, and then you come back to take the Emmi out, but that's going to be for next time. So thank you so much for watching. Again, I'm sorry that this is not necessarily as well worded as my prior two tutorials, but I didn't get a lot of sleep before making this, so I'm going to blame it on that. So I'll be well rested for the next tutorial. So I will hopefully see you there for it. So again, thanks for watching.